Welcome to you, my name's Dale and this is Dale's Addiction. This video is the 40 random questions get to know me tag, and thanks very much to PrincessLuxeLove for tagging me in this one. I also had to watch her video twice so I could write down all of the questions. I have got 40 questions here. I'm going to try and go through them really quickly. I've got a coffee. I hope that you do too. These sorts of tags work really well for getting to know me as a YouTuber and someone who puts out content rather than a Q&A. And when I can do a Q&A, I would absolutely love to. If you have any questions actually that you want me to answer, put them in the description box below and I'll start collecting questions for a Q&A. Okay, so these are random questions. I didn't make them up and neither did PrincessLuxeLove, so just bear with me as I go through them. I have them all written down here. All right, the first question, do you like blue cheese? Yes, I do like blue cheese. I was an early adopter of blue cheese. I prefer the creamy blues rather than the really harsh, like Stilton blues. Coke or Pepsi? Honest answer, neither. I don't drink soft drink, but if I had to pick one, I'd go with Coke. I was a Coke fan for a long time before I saw the light. Are you in a relationship? Yes, I am in a relationship. I've been married for 7.5 years, very happily. Do you drink alcohol? And then I saw another version of this, which was tequila or whiskey. So the answers to those questions will be very different. Do I drink alcohol? Yes. I am an avid connoisseur of a champagne or an Australian sparkling wine. I love a glass of rosé in the summer. I love a glass of Riesling with a meal. I love a glass of Pinot Noir or a Sangiovese. I am inclined to indulge in an Aperol Spritz when I'm on holidays and sometimes when I'm not. What else do I like to drink? I am a big fan of the ink gin, which is a butterfly flower gin that changes colour when you add tonic. In terms of whiskey and tequila, no, neither. I don't do hard liquor. Okay, hot dogs or cheeseburgers? I don't know. Maybe this was started in America, based on how the questions have come out so far. I'm going to say I prefer hot dogs, but that's on the basis of the few hot dogs that I sampled when I was in the States. And also I do like the Kranskis, the German sausages. So a cheese Kransky in a hot dog bun is amazing. Favourite food? I think my favourite food would have to be, I'm going to call it Australian contemporary cuisine, which is... Here, it's such a multicultural society that we kind of take fresh Australian ingredients, especially Australian seafood, and we adapt recipes from all over the world. So the Asian food you'll have here is not like anywhere that you would have it in Asia. It's kind of a fusion. The Italian food that you have here is not like Italian food you would have in Italy, but it's beautiful. I am going to stick with I love seafood and I love Asian fusion and I love Italian food. What do I drink in the morning? A skim cappuccino or an iced latte in summer? Can you do 100 push-ups? On my toes? No, I can do 100 push-ups, but not in one go on my knees. Does that count? What is your favourite season? I would have to say my favourite season is summer. I adore summer weather in Australia, especially if you live north of the 26th parallel. So when you have a look at a map of the world, the 26th parallel basically runs through the top half of mainland Australia, and above there it's just stunning weather, especially on the east coast. So summertime is definitely my favourite time of year. My favourite hobby? Well, it would come down to YouTube and gardening. So a few years back, I took up gardening as an active mindfulness activity. I overheard someone at the hairdresser, as you do, talking about how they couldn't sit still, and they found that they were gardening and doing like fruit and vegetables. I decided to do roses, and so I really enjoy it. I can go out every day and deadhead the roses. I can spray them for bugs and mold. I can fertilize them. I can trim them, and I can sit out in the garden and enjoy them. So but I also really love doing YouTube. I'm learning a lot about the products and some of my triggers and my weak spots. I'm also learning a lot about how to use technology, and given what I do for work, this is really great coaching and feedback for me on how I present to a screen of people, because there's a lot of blind spots that you have until you start editing your footage, and then, whoa, it's Do you have any tattoos? No, I do not. And not that we live in the dark ages or anything, but I think my husband would not be very happy if I got any tattoos. I once joked and said, perhaps I'll get your name like tattooed around my my ring finger, and he's like, absolutely not. So he's not a fan. To be honest, I am not really into tattoos because I've never really wanted or stuck with anything long enough to have it permanently attached to my body. Getting a second piercing, that took 32 years to decide on that. So if that gives you any indication about me and long-term changes to the body, I'm a bit of a sook. Do I wear glasses? No, I do not. Do I have any phobias or fears? Look, the only one that comes to mind is that I have been in a couple of car accidents which have involved losing traction on the road. So one was aquaplaning, so losing traction because of water on the road, and one was on a loose dirt or gravel road. And to this day, I get really jumpy and really triggered by being on any surfaces that are wet in a car or loose dirt, country roads, those sorts of things. And I get really tense. Question 14, do you have any nicknames? I do. So I think I answered in an Instagram post, one of my besties, she calls me D-Lo because I used to love J-Lo in the 2000s. I was called Miss Prissy growing up because I used to wash my hands a lot and I didn't like people grabbing me and hugging me. And my grandfather still calls me Miss Prissy to this day, and he turns 19. He turns 90 this year, so he can do what he wants. My stepkids call me Evil because I'm the evil stepmother, or D. So they're kind of my nicknames: D-Lo, Miss Prissy, Evil, and D. My favourite candy. Look, I'm not one for sweets, so gummies and tubes and candies per se. I do love chocolate, and I love chocolate that has nutty or hard fillings in it. So one of my favourites has always been the Cadbury's hazelnut chocolate in a dairy milk. I love it because the hazelnuts are whole and it's really crunchy, and you've got that salty of the nut and the sweet of the chocolate. It's really nice. Do you believe in ghosts? No. But anyone who does believe in ghosts has reason to, I'm sure. So all respect to those of you who have seen or experienced supernatural events. For me, it hasn't happened, and therefore, What is your biggest downfall? I think it used to be caring too much about what other people think. Now, and I think I'm working on it, it's expecting that others will appreciate your time, energy, thoughtfulness as much as you want them to. So I think one of the things that I'm constantly reassessing in myself is where I put time, because time is the thing that I don't have much of. And when I've put time into people or events or relationships where I'm not seeing that reciprocation or appreciation or value, that's something that I constantly struggle with. So I'd say I'm still working on that one. Rain or snow? I will go rain any day, because it can rain on a warm day and it can rain on a cool day, but it will never snow on a warm day, and I prefer warm weather over cold weather. Do you have any piercings? I do. I just talked about them. So I have 2 on each ear. That's it. I know, crazy. How old are you? Well, if you have been watching me for a while, you'll know that I recently had my 40th birthday. And if you're new, hi, I'm Dale and I'm 40. French fries or onion rings? Definitely French fries. I am guilty enough to admit that I have craved French fries so much that on a couple of occasions I've had Uber Eats deliver French fries from McDonald's to my house, which is literally like 5 minutes up the road. Do you have kids? I don't have any biological children, but I have 3 lovely stepchildren, so I'm just going to call them the kids, my kids, and they are 26, 24 and 20. What is your favourite colour? Look, I'm going to say my favourite colour, I do love pinks, but I'm just looking at the screen now and I'm thinking this year I've really moved towards like a really lilac mauvey colour. So I'm looking at my Fendi Mini, I'm looking at my shirt. This is a Isabel Marant shirt and it's like a beautiful summer shirt. And then my nails are in the same colour. So I'm going to say lilac at the moment. Can you sing? Fa la 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 la. No. I do sing, and I am renowned amongst my friends as someone who knows the words to many, many, many songs, but they are not so complimentary about my singing ability, just my ability to remember lyrics. Can you whistle? I can. I can now that I'm going to laugh. I probably won't be able to. There you go. I can whistle. Where were you born? Without giving too much away, I'm an Australian and I was born on a little island called Tasmania at the bottom of Australia. Look it up if you haven't heard of it. Do you have siblings? I do. I have both a younger sister and a younger brother. Can you cook? Yes, I can cook. I think I'm a pretty good cook. Because I love eating out and I love food so much. I take a lot of inspiration from the places that I eat and try and bring it home, and I really appreciate simple food done really well. So perfecting the ultimate steak, for example, is just one thing. I love to muck around and play with adventurous ingredients in salads, and it's something that one of my good friends and I do together. We'll often cook together when we go and visit, and really enjoy getting ideas from her. And we often send pictures to each other of what we're having for dinner. Can you swim? Look, if I wanted to, I could. I was one of those girls. I went to an all-girls school that I purposefully said I was a non-swimmer when it came to swimming carnivals, because I just wasn't interested at all. And so there would be a novelty race for the non-swimmers and a 20-metre lap. And when I swim now, I do a bit of breaststroke, I do a bit of doggy paddle. It's rare that I would freestyle or backstroke or do anything other than breaststroking through a resort pool, doggy paddling to save myself, treading water. So I suppose the answer to that is no. Are you religious? I'm not. Shower or bath? Look, there's nothing better than having a shower when you've been travelling, or at the end of a long day you just want to wash the day off. I love a shower for that. But we renovated our bathroom a few years ago and we put a big bath in because my husband loves baths, and it's growing on me. I prefer them in winter to summer, but yeah, I do enjoy chilling in the tub with a glass of wine and watching YouTube on the iPad or reading a magazine or something like that. Small city or big city, or I think it means like country or nature or city. I saw in another one of these. To live in, small city. To visit, big city. Are you a good friend? I think so. I always want to be a better friend though. There is always this question of time, and I think friendships deserve time, and even though they can survive without time, one of the things I'm constantly working on is trying to find time to spend with these wonderful people in my life. Have you broken a bone? No, not that I'm aware of. I might have stubbed a toe that really hurt for a few weeks and could have been a break, but yeah, not that I know of. How many TVs do you own? This is a weird question, but 3. The worst pain you've ever experienced? Physical pain would be when I had norovirus. No, I won't go into that other than to spell it. Noro, virus, look it up. And yeah, there's been some mental anguish. I think particularly when I was working through what to do when IVF wasn't working for us. Do you like to dance? Absolutely, I like to dance. It's pretty much up there with my singing ability. I like to do it. I don't know if I'm very good at it. Definitely no J-Lo, but I did not get my nickname because I could dance like her, put it that way. Do you like camping or fishing? Look, with the right people in the right environment, absolutely. I have camped with the bare minimum, literally a swag, which is like a roll-out bed, and an esky, which is like a cooler bin. And I have camped with a decked-out caravan with a toilet that flushes, running water, a barbecue, the whole box and dice. So yes, with the right people, makes it so much more fun. I quite like fishing when we're catching something. But yeah, it's all the cleanup and everything afterwards that's a bit of a pain. Are you weird? Absolutely. I'm super weird. It's something that my husband and I share. We used to think that everyone else was weird, and then we kind of came together and accepted the truth that we were the weird ones. Are you going to tag 6 people? I don't know about 6. If I can find 6, I will. I will tag people in the description box below. It's weird. You can watch these videos and then you have to answer the questions and you have to think about it. Whereas you'd think that you would be going through thinking mentally about what your response would be. Anyhow, now I'm doing a PrincessLuxeLove and I'm wiggling my pen everywhere. Thanks for watching. Hopefully some of that was interesting, or I'm going to say it wasn't useful information, but some of it might have been interesting. If you do have any questions for me that you would like me to answer in a Q&A, please pop them in the description box below, or the comments box, sorry. Not the description box, that's for me to fill out. I will put the people that I'm tagging in the description box below, but I put out videos on Wednesdays and Sundays, so we'll see you next time. Bye.